Hi, this is Mark from Tetrakey and welcome to number 167 live or conversations around performance acceleration that Tetrakey is giving to you in 2017. Apologies for yesterday, we had some internet issues which meant I couldn't upload it or share with you till this morning. So hence I'm doing this one a little bit earlier tonight. So if there are any problems, I can get round them. So today I would like to talk to you about why you starting a business, because a lot of our clients have they've worked for somebody. There's not many people who come straight out of school or university, go straight into starting a business. I think over the next 5-10 years, we're going to see more and more of it. But at the moment, the majority of Tetrakey's clients are those who have worked for somebody else and then at a point of time have decided to go off on their own. And I think if I asked you the question, why do most people start business? I think you would answer with wanting to be their own boss, wanting more flexibility in their life, have more control over their life. There'll be some financial things, long-term financial benefits of starting a business. I think you'll probably find 5 or 6 reasons that majority of people would give. And none of them are wrong. Because they're all reasons that are important to that individual or those individuals. But I really think sometimes we actually don't probe enough to get to the true answer of the question about why you're starting a business. And also, if you don't understand why you're starting a business, I believe that you might not identify some of the pitfalls that you might face in the future. And again, a lot of people quote the same kind of stats, which are the first 5 years, 80% of all startups fail. In the second 5 years, 80% of those ones who made it past 5 years then fail. So those stats are pretty stacked against startups. And again, if you think about why they fail, I think people would say because lack of business knowledge. I think people would say unlucky. I think people would say no business development or business planning in place, poor management of cash flow. There'll be a number of reasons why people would give for a business to fail. But I strongly believe that you need to really ask yourself the question, why are you starting a business? Because when the times are tough in a business, there's only one person to look at and look to, and that's you. And if you're not clear in terms of what it is that you're capable of doing and not capable of doing, you may start making mistakes that are going to seriously have a negative impact on your business. So you really need to understand yourself. I think a lot of people, a lot of business coaches spend a lot of time talking about you need to understand your market, you need to understand your product, you need to understand your proposition. And that's all well and good and that's all true, but I believe that that's the second layer that you need to think about. The first layer you really need to think about is you. There's a lot of things in the world and business that are out of your control, but the one thing that's in your control is you. How you react to situations, how much time and effort you're going to put in your business, what are you going to focus on and what are you not going to focus on. And I've got a client at the moment who is very involved in product development and probably, and again having this conversation with her, involved in product development to the absolute detriment of the business in its whole. And why is she doing that? Because it's her sweet spot, it's something that she's very passionate about the product. And my comment to her a lot about is, why did you start this business in the first place? And it wasn't about the product, it was about the impact she was going to have. And it was also about her as an individual. It was about testing herself outside of a comfort zone and understanding where she was potentially going to trip up and where she was going to fly. And so a lot of things we're doing now with this client is helping her understand, even though it's a startup and she's a one-man band at the moment, it's helping her understand what are the constituent parts of the business. And by helping her understand the constituent parts of the business and therefore the roles that she needs to play, the multiple roles that she needs to play, from a leadership to a getting her hands dirty, she can then segment her time to ensure that she goes through and delivers all those tasks. But the only reason we got to that stage and got her to really understand the place that she needs to play in was to get her to understand why she started the business in the first place. And like I said, it wasn't about getting away from a boss. It wasn't about her generating a different kind of income. And I'm not, from a confidentiality point of view, I'm not going to share the detail behind the why. But I would like to challenge all of you who have your own business, who are contemplating starting a business in the near future, to go to a level of depth and understanding around yourself and how you are going to cope when times are tough. You are going to be incredibly lucky, and you're 1 in a million chance if you're going to have a completely smooth sailing business from start to finish. Highly unlikely. And it's almost like you've got to prepare for 3 scenarios. And I'm just going to use a sporting analogy, and it's something I do with potential coaches as well, sports coaches I work with. Is before the game, it really helps you to think about the speech you're going to make at the end of the game. And in a sporting world, you've got 3 options. You're going to win, you're going to draw, you're going to lose. And it's really important that you actually craft your message based on one of those 3 scenarios, because it understands how you're going to react in that situation. If you're faced with that situation, you've already dealt with it in your mind before. So it's the same thing you need to think about in your business. What are the 3 options? Are you going to either succeed, you're going to fail, or you're going to stagnate? Those are 3 sort of things that you're going to do. So how are you going to respond in success? How are you going to respond that you're going to ensure that you're not going to be caught by short-term your success, you're going to build sustainable success in your business? If certain things flop, then how are you going to behave and react? And you've got to tie it into you as a person. How are you made up? How do you respond in times of stress? What's your natural way of dealing with pressure situations? Because understanding those and understanding yourself will really help you understand how to lead and manage your business. So I welcome feedback on this conversation. I look forward to engaging with anybody on this topic. If you need help on understanding why you want to start a business and understanding some of the things that you might face in terms of your personality and how that personality might manifest itself in the business, please get in touch with me, mark@tetrakey.com, and I look forward to engaging with as many of you as possible. So with that, I wish you a phenomenal morning, lunch, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Bye-bye.